This podcast is part of the Frederick Podcast Network. Learn more at listenfrederick.com.
Beers in the Lot is partnered with the Hockey Podcast Network.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to Beers in the Lot. Before we get going, let me just remind you about our shop at beersinthelot.com/shop. That's where you can get the t-shirts and other merchandise with Beers in the Lot logos on it. Also, check out beersinthelot.com for anything else you might be curious about this podcast. And be sure to join the Discord at beersinthelot.com/Discord. So this here is episode 194, and in it we talked about the playoffs, East and West. We got a recap of John's Saturday, where he played a little bit of street hockey at an event centered around bringing pro hockey to the Frederick, Maryland area. And of course, we talked about our OFBG Old Fat Bald Guys Hockey League events of Sunday night. So let's get to it and crack the beers.
What do you have this evening, Aaron?
I have, from Sam Adams, a postseason IPA, which is definitely from...
Last postseason. Yeah.
Last postseason.
No, not last. The NFL postseason, but it says drink before April. So, honor, whatever. I don't give a shit. It doesn't fucking matter for me anyway.
That's a spirit, Aaron. There you go.
What are you drinking tonight, John?
I have a Coors Latte. Mountains are blue as shit. Yeah.
Hell yeah, brother.
Oh, yeah.
What are you drinking, Riggs?
From the land, I have an extra Masthead Brewing in downtown Cleveland, double New England IPA.
A lot of dramatic pauses. This is dramatic beer.
Yes. Well,
Yeah.
I love Masthead. I love, like, if you get to Cleveland, head downtown. It's a dead city. Nobody's there. I went down Friday at 4:00 in the afternoon. Rush hour. Nobody's there. It's fine. Just go get a pizza. They have phenomenal wood fire pizza. Great beer. Check it out. Extra Masthead.
Are you
Brewing.
saying Huey Lewis lied? Is that what you're telling me?
What?
Huey Louie.
Did
How he
Huey Lewis
lie?
die?
What?
I don't know. I always just thought with the heart of rock and roll in Cleveland, like it's a lively jumping town. Is that not the case?
It's not.
It's
It
not.
really isn't. It really
Man.
isn't. Yeah. But Huey Lewis is very much alive.
If you can't trust Huey, who can? You know what? It wasn't Huey. It was the news. They lied. It wasn't Huey. That's on the news.
But anyway, Danny, what do you have?
From the lovely people at Treehouse Brewing, Bright with Citra. Very good.
Right.
Clean tasting beer.
Yeah. Sea hops, Citra.
Mhm.
What's new? What's exciting, guys?
Well, I am drinking a postseason IPA. The postseason of the NHL, not the NFL, is very much underway. And we've already had an elimination, actually. The Caps got eliminated last night.
Yes. At long last, our national nightmare is over. The
R.I.P.
Capitals
Cap
have
season.
been eliminated from the NHL postseason.
We did not see that coming at all.
Didn't see that coming.
Actually, I think what was the most telling was Ovi was held without a point. First time it's ever happened.
I
Not
think
that
what
it-
was most telling was the team entering the playoffs with a minus 37 goal differential on the back of a goalie that had to post like almost a 980 save percentage just to get him in. I think that was most telling.
I'm happy for some of the kids though. Like it gives you some glimpses. Like they played meaningful games. Now they get a taste of what it could look like. You know, very like, hey,
Most of those kids won a Calder Cup last year.
exactly.
So
And might go to win one to this year.
and they're
too.
Yeah,
they're
true.
probably going to win one this year. Like,
Because don't they
let's,
start? They start their series against Lehigh Wednesday.
this
Wednesday
week,
or Thursday, yeah.
Wednesday,
We were- yeah.
Wednesday.
So
Which is no, this is awesome. They're all going back to Hershey, and they're gonna go try and win another Calder here. So back to back, Bears back to back. Let's go.
Tampa was just bounced as we speak.
Yes, Tampa's out. Bye-bye.
Wah, 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 wah.
Florida's on to round 2.
Tampa made it. I mean, outside of tonight, Tampa played fine. I think they're just a little hurt, a little older. Florida's much healthier, a little faster, a little stronger. So I think that's what it comes down to. I don't like if you're Tampa. I think they're going to look different next year. There's a lot of Stamkos talk out there.
Oh yeah.
So we'll see what happens.
Tampa is at the end or starting to go towards the downslope of the arc.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's where they're at.
And if you look at that group, they did pretty damn good. Yeah. Tampa may
that group did all
retool
right.
a little quicker, but we'll see. Yeah, Toronto, dumpster fire. Kind of awesome.
I love it. I love it. Marner and Matthews and Nylander are yelling at each other on the bench.
So
like,
good.
I love it. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's not a good. If you're a Leafs fan, all right, timeout. For guys like us that follow Toronto, this is great. This is one of the best times of the year. Like, in terms of just stuff, like random stuff. You can see, like, it's almost
It's
as
that
good
time
as
of
like
season again, folks.
It's a National Enquirer season. Like, just look at the tabloids as you go to the grocery store type stuff. It's just amazing. Aliens, Elvis is still alive. The Leafs, what's going on? Yeah, it's spectacular. You can't beat it. I do truly think, like, kind of like Eric said on our preview show, Keefe gone, and
Has to
one
be
of the
gone.
big four is gone. One of them.
Yeah, you gotta.
I don't
you
know
gotta
who.
change something up.
I think it's gonna be Mitch.
No. Buy
No.
out JT.
That's really what they got to do, right?
Buy him out. Buy
We'll
out
see.
JT. Buy him out.
We'll see.
He's a boat anchor. Buy him out.
Yeah.
I mean,
we'll see,
how many
dude.
years does he have left?
One maybe. Let's see.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Bye bye.
Get him out.
Look,
Use that-
Marner.
Yeah,
What
he
is
has
it?
one more year. One more year at 11 on the cap. hit.
11
Just buy him
million.
out.
Yeah,
Shit.
one more year on the
Get
cap hit.
3 players for that. And
Right. Maybe get like a true top pair defenseman. I don't know.
Yeah. Something. Anything. What you got isn't working.
Mhm.
You got so many weapons, like offensive weapons on that team. Like,
And I don't
and
agree.
he's getting paid for. He shouldn't be there.
No, he's a boat anchor, and I don't agree with this Marner talk. I don't agree with that at all. I think
I'm only saying I think it'd be better for Marner. I'm not
No.
talking about how it impact. No, I'm serious. I think that kid takes so much shit, unjust or just, whatever. As a Toronto
Well,
kid,
it's a coin toss between him and Willie, right? Those are the targets. Like nobody's
Exactly.
gonna go. Nobody goes after Matthews, right? So those are the targets. So and it's not justified, and whatever. But
But that's
I
Toronto.
think you need to keep the 3 of those players.
They're too young to move. Like, for one, they still have so much of their career left. And if you've got them under contract for a while, you got to keep those guys. Like,
And how do you even move Marner?
yeah.
Like under what situation can you move him?
like in terms of other teams wanting him, or just in general.
Who could fit the contract?
His contract is only one more year at 10.9.
Oh, well, then they could buy him out. Buy them
Why-
all out. Who
Why are we
cares?
buying everybody out? Riggs, did you hit the lotto? Did you get the lotto or something? Like you're just like,
Oh, Millsy has all that money. Come on, they could just buy him out. It's fine.
I know, but I'm just like,
you
too,
get a
though.
buyout. You get a buyout.
Yeah,
John,
exactly.
you've said it before that a buyout is a GM's admission that they've made a mistake. With so many first round exits, I think it's time to start admitting.
but you
some
also got to
things.
remember, Tree didn't get them in this mess.
That's correct. Yeah, Dubas. did.
those
fine.
aren't
It-
those aren't his contract.
Yeah.
Admit someone else's mistakes then.
No, Dubas didn't make a mistake. We're not doing that. We're not going down that road. We're not getting down.
He
We're not getting
signed
down.
he signed all those contracts.
Erroneous,
honestly-
erroneous on all counts.
signing
He's
those
a fine,
contracts
upstanding gentleman.
Yeah.
apart from Tavares' contract, and I mean, I'll be honest too. I think Nylander got overpaid. I think that
No
What?
way.
I mean,
No way.
I-
Nylander's the best player on that team.
For a back-to-back 40 goal scorer,
all right.
And a guy who
his
shows up in the
initial
playoffs?
Contract, his initial contract, I think he got overpaid because he's on his second contract now, isn't he? Didn't he renew
Yes.
recently? Yes. So I think his initial contract he got overpaid.
you mean the one he's
Because-
coming off of?
You're right, because
He was making
Yes.
6.9 nice on that deal. There was nothing wrong.
I might be
with that
I might
deal.
be confusing a guy. Hang on.
J-
You must be
JT.
talking his
JT.
new deal. He
JT
makes
is
11.5 a
overpaid.
year, and like I said, 40 goal scorer,
I
hovering
think
around
that's
100
right on.
points. That I think that's
right on.
fair, dude.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
that's what the league will bear. That's what the league bears. JT is 100%
JT 's
overpaid for what
overpaid.
his production is. JT kind of got a contract. It's true of all sports, like outside of like golf and tennis, where you kind of you make your money during the year, during your events because the way the sport's structured, you get paid
I'm
for
confusing him with
previous
somebody else.
success.
I thought he was making 9 on his first contract off of his
No,
entry
no,
level.
no.
I don't know who I'm
No,
confusing
no.
with, but okay, so yeah, no, he's fine at 7. That's fine. Like
Yeah.
that's he's a steal.
But
honestly.
even at-
but
even
still,
but
on the-
now he's making 11.5. That's
Even-
worth it.
Right. On the extension.
yeah, he's probably worth it. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Him and Matthews, they're earning their money. Tavares, no.
Yeah.
Just no. Never. He has never earned that kind of money. And at least not in Toronto. Marner, I don't know. I mean,
I like Marner.
he's good. Is he worth 11? He's worth more of 11 than Tavares is. But I don't know if he's really worth that. And again, though, like you said, how do you move that? Who could take that on? Like,
You can't.
even for a year. Like, I don't think you could do anything with that apart from buy him out.
If you're deciding who to buy out, you buy out
It's Tavares
JT.
first. Yes.
You
it's
buy out
Tavares,
JT.
Absolutely.
I think you almost give somebody a first and a second this upcoming year and go take this fucking contract.
I think that's a
I
mistake.
don't because you buy it out,
think
you
that's a
got to pay for
mistake.
it for 3 years in a penalty.
No, that's a mistake.
He's got a
because
no
you're-
move clause anyway. He gets to
Right.
pick where he goes. So
You got to buy him out.
you got to buy him out. I don't
Mhm.
see any other way around it. Like if you're trying to get Marner off of your roster, then you're buying him out. Otherwise, you're gonna get nothing for him because he's gonna pick the team he wants to go to, and that team's gonna be like, we'll give you a bag of pucks, and then you're either buying him out or you're getting nothing.
They're going to lose here. First order of business is fire
Keith.
Keith.
Yep.
And
yeah,
then,
he's so gone.
and then maybe in a couple weeks, maybe like after the cup is done, announce that you're going to buy out JT.
We'll see.
Let's see. Honestly, I mean, Toronto has a culture problem, and not amongst the team. I mean, amongst the fan base. I'm going to say it. The Toronto fan base is the reason why their team is not doing well because they put so much pressure on that team that I think that it creates the problems that they have. I honestly do. I think that there's so much media bullshit and
Yes.
vis-a-vis fan bullshit that gets projected onto these players, and they have no choice but to feel all this extra pressure and stress, and that is a problem that I don't know how they fix. I don't know how they get away from it, but you have to be at the just absolute maximum mental fortitude in order to play on that team just to get by, it seems like. And I think that is a huge factor in their
So I have
their unsuccessfulness.
Yeah, I have one thing, and then we should just pivot to the West. I think starting on like the whole Leafs organization and whatnot, I think Shanahan needs to kind of get called to the carpet a little bit. Dubas is gone, and they were like, Dubas caused all this, but like Shanahan was signing off on all this. Like he signed off on every single thing or had a hand in every single thing that has led them to this point. So now it's like, hey man, like you're still here. Yes, we have one playoff victory and then a sweep, or I think it was a gentleman's sweep. It was 5 games against Florida last year. Now you're in barring they save it, which could they potentially, maybe, I don't know. But let's just say they lose.
I'm betting against them tomorrow night. Like,
Yeah, I would.
I'm putting real money
Anybody
against
smart
them
would.
tomorrow
Ooh.
night. Yeah.
We like real money. Yeah. But I just
up and
think
shut
I
up,
just
bitch.
don't think it's gonna like to me, I'm like, I don't think it's gonna run it necessarily back. And also like Trilliving, I feel like he has kind of a plan in his head because you gotta remember he walked away from Calgary last year because he wasn't pleased with the ownership selection of the coach. Like a guy like that, he has some brass ones. So I think if he's like, this has to change, this has to change, that has to change. If Shanahan's like, oh, I don't know, like maybe that starts some issues there. I don't know. I think Shanahan should be, like I said, a little more lumped into everything. That's just my 2 cents.
I don't know. It's you saying that he's signing off on everything Dubas did, but no, he hired Dubas to do what Dubas did. So, and then he fired him. So that's him saying, I am no longer signing off on it. Like,
Well, but I think there was something else there between Dubas and Shanahan. I'm not saying it was
possibly. The other thing too, though, is that if you're put in Dubas's position, apart from Tavares, do you really do anything different with those other three?
No.
Like,
no.
you can't. You are signing those guys and trying to keep them with whatever money you can.
Yeah, they have exceptional.
Like,
they're exceptional
if
hockey
you're-
players.
if your cap situation allows you to, and the ownership group or corporation will allow you to spend the money, you keep those
You're doing it.
players.
Yeah.
You keep those
Absolutely.
players. Holy shit.
And you're
They're
building
generational
around
talents.
them. Yes. I don't
Right.
know what really there is different to do.
Right.
And that's why I think that the problem, they've fired coaches, they've now fired GMs. This is why I go back to media and like the
It's the
culture
environment.
is the problem.
It's the environment,
is
right?
the problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey man, pressure creates diamonds. All right.
That's right, Daniel.
It also
right.
creates first round playoff exits, as we have seen.
Now
But,
watch.
yeah.
Now watch. They'll win Tuesday night. We're recording on Monday. They'll
you
they'll
know-
win on Tuesday night. All right.
It would be
Like,
great if they had
Yeah.
some success,
Yeah.
honestly. It
Yeah.
would be
Oh,
good. I mean,
yes.
it wouldn't be good for you because you're going to lose money, but
But
it would be good for Toronto.
But again, we've said this for at least I've said this for years. We've said this for years. The NHL and hockey is better when Toronto is successful because
Yeah.
it is like, Toronto and Montreal are like those are the
huge
like,
meccas of hockey.
there's so
Yes.
much gravity there, right? Like that's it.
Right.
So, they have to be good, but they're, they are to a point, and they
Right.
haven't got past that point yet, and it's very disappointing. Which is also why, like, I root for the chaos. So yeah.
Time out for just a second while we hear about our sponsors. We'll be right back.
The chase for the Stanley Cup is on, and if you're looking to light the lamp, nothing beats the action at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NHL. From the start of playoff beards all the way till the hoisting of the cup, DraftKings Sportsbook has you covered with same-game parlays, live betting, odds boosts, and so much more. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code THPN. New customers bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets instantly. That's code THPN only on DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Or in West Virginia, visit www.1800gambler.net. In New York, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas. 21 plus, age varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. See dkng.co/ice for eligibility and deposit restrictions, terms, and responsible gaming resources. Copyright NHL 2024, all rights reserved.
Pure Hockey has the best hockey equipment, accessories, and apparel on the market to take your game to the next level. Maybe it's time to ditch that old stick and start the year with a fresh twig. Maybe it's time to refresh your NHL wardrobe for the race to the playoffs. Pure Hockey has it all. Whether it's training aids, the latest sticks and skates, or your favorite team's gear, get your hockey shopping done at Pure Hockey and use our affiliate link at beersintheLot.com/purehockey.
All right, to the west.
To the west.
west.
So the first thing I want to say is I was reading some stuff today about like Hackstall got let go, David Quinn got let go last week. Keefe
Well.
could be getting a pink slip later this. David Quinn was long overdue. That team sucked. They were historically bad.
Right, but that
On a lot of
wasn't
levels.
it wasn't his fault. They don't have players. Like
Yeah,
can
they
you-
have no
Can you
one.
name a Sharks player? Like
Right now,
yeah.
Vlasic. No, Hurdle's in Vegas, dude.
Right.
All right,
See?
exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know
Thank
any
you.
of them.
Thank you.
Anyway,
Thank you. Pavelski? Oh, he's playing tonight for Dallas. Yeah. Okay.
he hasn't been, dude. Pavelski
Anyway.
hasn't been a shark
Anyway.
in years. Anyway,
Brett Burns. Oh yeah, he's in Carolina now. Yeah.
Eric
Okay,
Carlson?
Cool.
is Eric
Yeah.
Carlson there? Yeah.
Well, he's definitely not playing. Yeah. But
Nope.
Anyway,
but if he was, he'd be in a black and gold. So
yeah. Nabokov? Oh wait, he's retired
Oh,
as
yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, I was kind of interested seeing the Hackstall news and then David Quinn last week. There's a lot of like buzz you see in like kind of the rumor mills of the coach of the 2025 US junior hockey team and national champion Denver coach Dave Carl. Like
Yeah.
they're really talking like he can make the leap. I don't know. I'd be curious to see though.
So when they won, I was like, he's gonna get some phone calls.
100%.
But I don't know if
He may not want it.
well, I also don't know if he'll find like because like Hackstall came from Nodak
Correct.
and David Quinn
Came from
was that-
BU.
BU, right?
David
and-
Quinn has the best hair out of all of them.
And
That's
they've
good.
yeah. And they've had they've had, you know, some mixed success or failure or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
So does an NHL team really want to go after Carl? You know, seeing those two guys get canned in the last
yeah, definitely.
couple weeks, right? Like I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I could see potentially being an assistant. I don't know. I guess it'd be weird because it's kind of like
Or
what's the situation in Denver? Does he really enjoy it? Maybe he rides this year out because he's already going to coach the junior team.
start
maybe-
start in the American League,
Yeah.
right? You
Well, yeah,
know,
because if the Bears coach, I heard that he kind of got screwed a little bit because the Bears ended up winning the Calder. So like teams were not willing to wait for the full interview process. I understand
Oh.
that.
Todd Nelson.
Todd Nelson. So
Yeah.
if they go on another deep run, is a team maybe potentially going, you know
Yeah.
what, we're going to wait this time.
But
We'll see.
his history too, right? Like he's been bounced around a lot.
Yeah.
So I think there's other stuff there, like that he's just not ready, or teams don't feel like he's, you know, got the qualifications yet, or you know, whatever.
Yeah.
Because he's kind of bounced around. Because that's his
Definitely.
second go. That's his second go round with Hershey.
Yeah.
So, you know, but like with the other three, with Hackstall and Quinn and you know, Carl potentially coming out of Denver, like I think there might be some wariness around bringing in NCAA coaches off of short-term success, I think.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Riggs, how you feeling about Dallas?
So it's nice to see that they finally got in the series, because
That's true.
that is a good hockey club.
Exactly.
I don't know. I'm watching them right now, right? Hopefully they even it up here, and I'd like to see it go long because I think these are two very, very good teams. I
Yeah.
don't think Vegas can go deep, my opinion.
Yeah.
I think Dallas can, but we'll see.
Danny, anything shocking you from the playoffs currently, or that you're monitoring?
Yeah, just enjoying the games, really.
Yeah.
Decent.
They seem to be going the way that I thought they would be going.
Yeah, no surprises for me out of the East at all. It's going about as we expected. There was 3 sweeps on the board at one point, and Tampa and the Islanders did make series out of those, but they say they made series. They've gotten into the series at the very least, but
They live another day essentially.
yeah, I posted a little
17.
bit in our Discord about
Yeah.
Discord.
Discord. Oh, the Discord. It's causing me stress.
I posted in our Discord a couple of things about the potential sweeps in the East and how the teams that were on the receiving end of the broom they didn't have leads hardly at all, and the other
Sure.
teams were just very dominant in terms of
No annihilation.
how long they've held. Yeah, no annihilations, but there was a couple of close ones. I think it was the Tampa series. I think Tampa only held a lead for something like 7 to 10 minutes or something like that. Like
Wolf.
for the whole series.
Yeah.
Washington, I think, held a lead for something like
It was like
3
2 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah,
It was like 2
Not
minutes.
very long.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
a similar story out of the Islanders series, if you don't count the game that they were leading most of the game and then collapsed in the third. But they just collapsed in that game, obviously. They had it and then they gave it away. But the other two, Tampa, Florida, and Washington Rangers, like the winning team is just taking it to the recipients. So, again, no surprises out of the East, if you ask me.
Johnny,
Yo,
what happened to Winnipeg?
that
I had high hopes
This
for
this
Peg.
series doesn't
know.
make any sense. It should be 2-2 right now.
it should. Weird stuff kind of happens, like bounces and shit, but like also like Winnipeg's not playing bad. That's
No,
the thing.
they're
They're
not.
not. And I don't think Hellebuck is. I mean, his goals against is in the tank. But if you actually watch the games, like, yeah, like the save percentage isn't there and some of the GAA, but like he's not playing bad. Like it's traffic and other stuff. And now you kind of think like, geez, if Colorado like really kind of blows through him, like, you know, we talked about it kind of when we were talking in general of the playoff. Like Colorado has a pretty decent path, and
They have a
everyone
path.
thought that the Canucks. You know, I was one of the ones. I'm like, they have a really good path. It looks like if they can kind of get through. They're on their third goalie. They won last night to go up 3-1 in the series. So like, they're sitting okay. But it's also the third string goalie. And if the fans in Nashville, you know, chicks are chugging beer out of Catfish. I mean, I like
was
that.
actually
That's
that
nice.
was actually kind of awesome. Yeah.
That's
That was-
nice. Yeah, we dig that.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see
Yeah.
that.
Oh, how didn't you?
Out of a fish?
You didn't see
Yeah,
this?
dude, out of a catfish.
I didn't
No,
see
I haven't
this.
seen it.
Yeah, they
Yeah, man.
poured like a pounder or a mortar into a catfish, like a real catfish.
Yeah, real catfish. Like they
And
went
then-
noodling for it and then
And
got
then
it.
some dude like
Yeah.
poured it into this lady's mouth. Like,
Yeah.
Fuck.
yeah,
That's nice.
Sounds
They-
very unsanitary.
whatever. It's a fish. Yeah, it's
Dude, that's
fine.
good. Dude, that's
It's
good, clean
fine.
family fun. What are you
That's
talking
right,
about,
yeah,
man?
It's fine.
And actually, I did see he's a retired NFL player. It was kind of cool. He has a big podcast, Bussin' with the Boys, like NFL. I forget his last name. It's Taylor something. Anyway, he got up, chugged a beer, and then his daughter did the same thing. Like not a beer, but she
Why do I
was
wanna
like
say
pounding
killer?
her water or something.
I saw that too.
That was
yeah.
cool too.
Yeah.
Like everyone, I went to a game in Nashville. I had a blast. Everyone seems into it. It's really cool. So good for Nashville. I mean, it's
Everything I've
good
heard
little
about
time.
that town makes me want to go.
Yes,
oh,
absolutely.
dude, it's a blast. I'm in.
Yeah.
Let's go. We can all
Yep.
get cowboy boots and cowboy hats and shit.
Wow.
sick.
Out.
No.
Out.
good.
Why not?
I'm good.
Out.
No,
Why not?
I'm good. I'm
Maybe
good.
go to
I'm
That
good.
ain't
I'm
me.
good.
That ain't
You guys
me.
don't want to live. Should live a little. Jeez.
I'm
I lived 18 years down in that area. I'm in the South. I don't need cowboy boots. And shit.
I'm not Aaron. I'm not saying I'm getting a pair of Daisy Dukes or anything. I just said boots and hats. Like, come on, man. Like, jeez.
I heard you had a nice little outing on Saturday, John. Why don't you tell us about that?
Yeah, so on Saturday, Attaboy Beer in gorgeous downtown Frederick had a joint event with Pro Hockey MD. Pro Hockey MD is attempting to start kind of like a really grassroots level to bring a EC team to the area of Frederick, it's pretty cool. I mean, Frederick, and the way the landscape is, it's the second largest city in the state of Maryland. I knew part of that. They preach about it, but I'm also like, my industry is tied insanely close
All
to
right,
housing, so I'm very aware.
Settle down.
Well, I'm just saying, like, giving some people some, little info. Anyway, so they just did like
They're
a
about
Try to
20%
sell
big
off
thing,
there.
a big thing at the anyway, big thing at the brewery and whatnot. And we have a bunch of friends that we play with on the Attaboy team, Riggs as well. They were doing a ball hockey tournament in conjunction with a roller hockey tournament as well. The roller hockey got quashed because it was raining literally up until 3, right when the first game started. So we just did ball hockey, which was blast. So we played in the first game, won 5-3 in that one, and then ended up winning in a shootout in the second game. So we actually played Old Mother Brewery, who we did a podcast with their brewer a little while ago. We beat them, and then played a team out of like the Rockville ball hockey area, Backstrom Boys. So we beat them in a shootout. So, yeah.
Nice name.
But it was fun. We had a blast because like there was a bunch of guys that like either play OFBG or I know, and everybody knows one way or another. Like it was cool, and also like kind of handed out some stickers, talked to people about the pod. Before I played ball hockey, and I want to thank my wife and Brando and Brando's wife for actually like kind of throwing stickers here and there and talking to people while I was running around on the little rink there.
They did your job while you had fun.
So yeah. Yeah.
No, but that Pro Hockey Maryland thing, they're trying to bring pro hockey to possibly
Maryland.
Frederick. Like,
Could you imagine?
so
That would be
That'd be
so
great.
awesome.
That'd be
I'd love it.
awesome.
I mean, I
Get a
think
Cook League team. That'd be amazing.
I think the region is ripe for it. There's a lot that has to go into it. There's a lot of logistics. They need a building, whatever. But I think that's the beginning of a long process, and hopefully, Brian is the owner and brewer at Attaboy. He's on my OFBG team, and obviously we play Attaboy hockey together and stuff. And when I talked to him last night at OFBG, he was really excited about how the event went. Again, there's a lot that has to go into actually making this happen, but I think that's a good start, right? It's a very good start. So it's good.
Hey, Maryland's had a few pro hockey teams. Like we had the Chesapeake Icebreakers, Skipjacks, Clippers for a while. I'm sure I'm missing a few other teams circled. Like we had a professional roller hockey team, the Washington Power at one point. So I mean, we've various stages of pro hockey and levels. Like East Coast would be pretty cool, I think, in general. I mean, I know the Icebreakers, they were only here for like 4 or 5 years, right?
Yeah.
They weren't super long. So like, and I remember going to Icebreakers games because they had like the big polar bear head they skated out of, which was sick. So yeah, I think, they could easily, like Rick said, there's a lot of shit that needs to kind of go into it before I think.
But these conversations about bringing pro hockey to Maryland, these are happening everywhere and happening with people who can make decisions that would actually bring hockey to Maryland. So that goal is accomplished. That the conversation is being had. Which is how it starts. So that's great. I hope the conversations turn into results.
Daniel, tell us about OFBG last night. Please enlighten me.
We left this for last because we're going to talk about it for 1 minute.
Oh,
yeah. It's a very forgettable evening.
Very forgettable.
Lots of people missing.
Well, there was a huge like golf trip outing thing, and then there was like the Frederick Youth Hockey Club basically went to Cleveland, which is where I got my
you showed
beer
up
from.
Yeah, I don't know what they're.
Well, some people
have dedication.
Some of us like to come back and get that skate in on Sunday to like reset.
You have an Ironman streak too.
Yeah,
get some of the free radicals out of your system.
It's a mental health. Well, it's a mental health exercise. Like it's a
absolutely.
So, but
There's
yeah,
actually a
that's-
really good atmosphere in the lot after.
the
we had,
lot
like,
was
Yeah.
amazing.
It was a
we had
buzz.
a very high percentage turnout compared to the people on the ice to the people who stayed.
Well,
Yeah.
Very high
Consider-
ratio.
Considering we had 15 skaters in our game,
Yeah.
and
You started with only one sub,
I think,
and
well,
then you
because
got one.
well,
one left his
because
helmet at home.
one of our players forgot his helmet
Yeah.
and had to have it delivered because he already had his skate, like he had everything on except for his helmet. Like,
Jeez.
but we had 15 skaters in our game, right? And I
Yep.
heard that the other game had similar number.
it was like
maybe.
16
yeah.
or
Yeah.
maybe
16 for
17.
them
Yeah.
total
But it was just
between
a
both teams. Yeah.
Yeah.
perfect storm weekend where there was,
Yeah.
youth
People out of
spring
town
hockey
and other stuff
tournament.
going on.
Everybody's out of town, and then there was a big golf trip that everybody was out of town
And the
for.
Cavs Rangers game was on. I know a few people left
Yep.
for that.
Yeah, left
Mhm.
early. Yeah,
Mhm.
so
I told them
yeah.
exactly how it's going to end. I don't know why they left.
I know. That's what I was like. What do you?
Nobody
like,
needed you to tell them. Even.
right?
Yeah,
Everybody
sure, good
knew.
point.
I knew
Yeah.
Riggs wasn't going anywhere.
No.
Yeah.
What am I? I'm gonna watch that. Like,
Yeah, I got better stuff to do.
get out of here.
Yeah.
We're sitting in the hotel lobby on Friday night, and we didn't have that game on. Like, we're not watching that. And there's a
I ain't
lot of
watching
Caps
that
fans.
shit.
There's a lot of Caps fans there, like amongst the
Yeah.
parents and stuff. Like, we're not watching that. Like, get out of here.
Yeah. So OFBG, I think between both sheets, there was a total of 28 goals scored last night.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Aaron was a
we were-
stagnant bitch, and he was scoring every time.
Yeah,
on
Aaron
the
tried
fucking
really
ground.
hard last night.
He was like, I guess I'll shoot this one in.
Way to go,
I
Aaron.
have a question. I have a question. Did Gunnar score?
He did not score.
No.
He
No.
did not.
Good job.
He did
guys.
get an assist, though. He got
Good
an
job,
assist.
guys. Good job, guys.
Everybody on our squad got an assist.
Way to set up Gunnar.
I tried to
Good
set
job.
him up at the end there.
Good job.
I don't know. I mean,
We weren't on his line.
Yeah. What do you mean on his line? We
What
had
do you
two
mean?
subs. How the hell did we get out there?
everybody was on everybody's line.
Everybody was on everyone's line. Like, get out of here. Yeah.
Jeez. God.
All right, that's it for this one. Thank you for your listen and for your support. We appreciate all of your likes and ratings and reviews and subscriptions on the various podcatchers. Keep them coming. We appreciate every single one of them. I know I speak for the rest of the guys when I say have a good one, and we'll catch you next week when our new episode drops on Wednesday. See ya.